Yeah, thank you, Rob. We're with Carmen Del Guecho. He is the president and CEO of the Maryland Food Bank. And Carmen, you have a huge weekend coming up. You couldn't have picked a better one. Some showdowns coming up in the American League East with the Tampa Bay Rays, and that's when you'll be collecting food and money from fans who come and enter the ballpark.
Absolutely. This weekend with the series against the Rays, we couldn't have picked a better weekend to do that. There'll be all sorts of fans coming in for an exciting pennant race, but a great opportunity for us to raise awareness around food insecurity in our state, which is affecting way too many people. What
is the need right now in our state, which, by the way, you guys cover Garrett County to the Eastern Shore, obviously Baltimore and the surrounding area of the ballpark, but it's a very, very large area that you guys are covering, and you guys need to fill food for a lot of people, unfortunately.
Absolutely. We're covering basically the entire state. This issue of food insecurity is probably at its highest level ever. You know, inflation hit people really hard about a year ago, and now our statistics tell us that 35% of Marylanders are having a hard time making ends meet. That's nearly 1 in 3 families who are struggling to put food on the table, and so we're here to do as much as we can to help them.
So when fans are coming out, and it's Friday through Sunday, the weekend games against Tampa Bay, what are you looking for people to bring?
Well, a couple things. One, they can bring food, non-perishable items, nutritious options that you provide your own family. Try to think about things that are high in protein, like chicken and tuna and peanut butter, or they can provide dollars. We buy about $25 million worth of food every year, so we have tremendous buying power. And so that dollar you give us, we can actually go a little further than what you would be spending at a retailer. So food or funds will help us.
So you're talking about cash. If people forget to bring, or it is hard to bring and remember coming to the game, maybe you go out before the game, whatever it might be, you will take cash at the ballpark.
Absolutely.
Can you write a check if you so choose?
Absolutely. We'll have people at virtually every gate in the stadium right up through the second hour, up to the second inning. And so we're here to collect your dollars as well as your food, and we'll take it either way.
And just to get back to the overall demand right now in our area and how serious it is, I know during the worst of COVID, it was really the worst of times as far as hunger in our state, but that is still a big problem right now, even in our post-COVID years.
Absolutely. Huge spike during COVID, eased off a little bit, but then inflation, obviously prices have grown significantly, and they certainly haven't come down, even though inflation has slowed down a bit. So again, more and more pressure on families, not just families in low income, middle income families are struggling to make ends meet. And so again, nearly 2 million Marylanders are suffering from food insecurity, and again, our objective is to try to get as much food out as we possibly can, and the most nutritious food that we possibly can.
And I want to talk more about your organization. You guys are out of Halethorpe. You have 175 employees, and you're servicing basically the entire state of Maryland.
Yeah, 13,000 square miles, 175 employees. Our primary facility in Halethorpe, but we have a facility in Salisbury and Hagerstown as well, so it makes it easier to reach local communities with as much food as we can. So the operation has gotten larger, unfortunately, because the need has gotten greater, and we can need all the help we can get.
Quickly, Carmen, if people are not coming to a game this weekend, how can they still help?
mdfoodbank.org/Orioles. Love to have you.
All right, Carmen Del Guecho, the president and CEO of the Maryland Food Bank. Huge weekend coming up. Orioles or Rays, that says enough, but a great way to help your fellow Marylanders this coming weekend by donating to the Maryland Food Bank.